and welcome back to Allison Bakes Your Day. This week I am baking my friend Lana's day. She gave me her favorite flavors, favorite flavors, which are chocolate, raspberry, and pistachio. So we are going to combine all three of those into something delicious. Now today I am actually making a Mary Berry recipe, so I'm very excited. The extra challenge today is that Lana is gluten-free and dairy-free. We are doing a flourless chocolate cake and a coconut whipped cream that is going to be flavored with pistachio. We're going to make a raspberry jam as well. And I got this fun fancy new tin because we are doing a roulade, which is like a Swiss roll cake. So we are going to be making a flourless chocolate cake that we're going to then roll around some raspberry jam and pistachio whipped cream, coconut whipped cream, non-dairy, just saying. Obviously I'm trying a new setup today since my original plan to post these on Instagram didn't happen, obviously. Since we're doing this format on YouTube, I'm turning the camera and hopefully giving you a wider view of what I'm doing while I'm doing it. Here we go. First thing we're making today is our raspberry jam. I've never made jam before, but we're gonna make jam today. For my research on jam recipes, the majority of them, it seems, it's equal parts fruit and sugar. Makes it easy, not too much math, good to go. The packaging says that this is 170 grams. So I'm just gonna double check that with my scale. And it's not. It's more. So I've got 213 grams here of raspberries. Cool. Got some extra. Nice. Next, we're gonna measure out 213 grams of sugar. 213 grams. Boop. To start the jam, for raspberries specifically, you put just the raspberries in, and we're gonna cook those until they come to a boil. Right now, I am mashing down the raspberries. Mash, 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 mash. It was very quick. They actually just started boiling pretty soon after I started mashing them. Ooh, okay, they are definitely coming to a boil. So I'm gonna lower the heat so that they simmer for about 5 minutes. 5 minutes later, it is time to put the sugar in. So we're just gonna tip all that sugar in. And then we have to stir this until the sugar has dissolved completely. So it's already like chemical reactions. Ha ha ha, more science! Science! Ooh, jammy. Jammy. Oh, dropped my phone. Dropped it. The sugar is now dissolved completely, so we bring it all the way back up to high, and then no stirring, let it rapid boil for 5 more minutes. Four and a half minutes later. It was so hard not to stir that. Everything in me wanted to stir that. Started the boil at 11:53, waiting for 11:58. We're gonna pour that in there. Remove from heat. Smells good. It looks good, and it tastes good. It tastes very raspberry jam-like. So, moving on to the cake. Ooh, yay! First thing we're gonna do is measure out our chocolate, 40-ish% dark chocolate, and we need 175 grams. 175. Let's get shopping. Chocolate is chopped. We're going to pop it in the microwave in 30-second intervals to melt it slowly. Once the chocolate is melted, we will be able to move on to separating eggs. My favorite thing, apparently, because I've done it each time. Stir between intervals. Stir. Melt it. Melt it. Ooh! Melted chocolate. Set that off to the side. Now it's time to separate some eggs again. That last eggshell got away from me, so I had to use my hands. Egg whites, egg yolks in with the sugar. We're going to start by whipping our egg whites. Once those have formed their stiff peaks that we're looking for, we can lift this straight out of there. Don't have to worry about cleaning it. Whip this together. We don't have to worry about cross-contamination because we're going to put egg whites in here anyway. We're going to add that chocolate in as well. Here we go. I had my time lapse set up, ready. I thought I hit record. I didn't hit record. It would have been so cool too because look at those egg whites. Stiff peaks. Should be able to, oh, you can't see, hold the bowl upside down without it falling out. Perfect. We've got our egg and sugar mixture. You want to do it for 2 to 3 minutes until it's pale yellow in color like this. And it's ribbony. So whenever you scoop it up and you drizzle it back down, it forms a nice ribbon. Next, we're going to add our chocolate in. Pour this chocolatey goodness into our egg and sugar mixture here. We're just gonna fold it in. It says to fold, which basically means you do a scoop around and then a swipe through. So you're kind of doing like a J shape. Oven's preheated. You want to make sure that you get all of this chocolatey goodness incorporated. Mixing. Ooh, swing the bowl around. I'm going to scoop a spoonful in here, or 2. And then we're going to fold this in as well. You're just loosening the mixture with this first dose of egg whites. Dose. The doctor prescribed 1 dose of egg whites. This has loosened up nicely now. Scoop in a chunk of the mixture. And then this is that same J motion. And this is when you want to be firm but gentle. Firm but gentle. We're trying to do our best to incorporate these egg whites without deflating them, without pushing the air out too much. Don't want any white streaks left. I'm going to continue with a time lapse, and I won't forget to press record this time. I promise. Next, 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder. And that has to get sifted into our mixture. Sift, 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 sift. Now we just have to fold this in to our mixture. Folding. Smells so chocolatey and good and delicious. The recipe says to grease and line the special Swiss roll tin. This is a 9x13 pan or 23 by 33 centimeters. My friend Lana is dairy-free. Coconut oil spray. Parchment paper. Cut diagonal strips here. Snip, snip into the corners. I'm just going to press that in. Yay. Now we are going to pour this into a prepared tin here. Oh, I'm gonna pour some on the table. Now that the batter is in the tin, we have to kind of tilt it around so that it gets into all the edges. We're gonna pop this in the oven. Try to be very gentle. Don't slam it in there, and try not to slam the oven door. Any of that harsh movement or any vibrations could make it deflate.
All right, 20 minutes, and we're starting now.
The recipe says 20 to 25 minutes. I'm starting with 20.
We're gonna move on to the coconut whipped cream. So I guess I should say that the other way. It's whipped coconut cream. I'm taking coconut cream and whipping it to be the consistency of whipped cream. If you didn't know you could do that, you can. It's vegan whipped cream. First, gotta stick my bowl for my stand mixer into the freezer to chill for 10 minutes. My freezer door. It's in.
Doing 60 grams of powdered sugar and then 60 grams of chopped pistachios because we're making a pistachio whipped cream. I'm just gonna blitz these so that they become powdery, sort of like the almond flour that we've used in the recipes the previous weeks. I'm not gonna get it as fine as it would to be a flour because I want some of that texture in there to add to the cream. Okay, that looks pretty good. There's still a few pretty big chunks in here that I want to be a little bit less. I want some texture and chew, but not big chunky bits. No chunky bits. Okay, that looks great.
The timer is about to go off for the cake. So let's check it. I kind of want to show you this. Hang on.
Don't mind my dirty oven window. See how it's puffed up on the one side? I don't know if it should be puffed on the entirety of it.
I'm not sure.
They were right here. I'm gonna set this right here on my little wire rack to cool. There's some bubbly sounds, which means there's a little moisture, which is good, but I'm hoping that means that it is fully cooked. I'm not sure if the normal principle applies with the skewer. We're gonna test that. Okay. It's coming out clean. It's already started deflating on that side that was poofed up more. 40 grams of powdered sugar instead of 60. 40 on the dot. Now I'm going to get my pistachios. Just pour it into the same bowl with the powdered sugar because I'm gonna sift them together into the coconut cream so that way I can sift out the bigger bits.
Nice cold bowl. Look at the ice crystals on it. Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, that's cold. Coconut cream time. So I stuck this in the can. Wow. I stuck this in the fridge last night because the cold will help the fat solidify in the coconut cream and it makes it hard up here. You want to take just this solidified coconut cream that's on top. There is going to be coconut water left over in the bottom of the can.
I'm attempting this eagle eye view. I'm gonna whip this cream. Hopefully you can see how it whips. As we whip, let's whip it. Whip it good. This next part, we're gonna sift in the powdered sugar and pistachio dust that I made to flavor it, and then we're gonna whip it some more to incorporate. Woo! I had to special order this. I have 1/8 of a teaspoon, so we're gonna start there, and then we'll see if we need more. You can always add, but you can't subtract. 1/8 teaspoon. Whoop. Handy dandy little fate. Powdered sugar and pistachio dust. Sift, 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 sift. Just gonna push through so that we get the bits of powdered sugar that can still be broken up and sifted in. Set those aside. So we have all this beautiful dust in here now, the pistachio dust, the extract, and the powdered sugar. So we're gonna whip it up and see what happens. Come, check it out. Lock it. Oh, it smells so good. You can really smell the pistachio. We have our pistachio whipped cream, and then we're just gonna stir in the pistachio extra bits for some extra texture and more pistachio flavor. Yay! We have this beautiful whipped coconut cream now. I'm gonna take the rest of our pistachios, our chunky bits, and we're gonna pour it in there. Boop, boop, boop. This is gonna add some texture and extra pistachio flavor in here. We've got this beautiful textured whipped coconut cream with pistachio. Okay. Still waiting for this to cool down a little bit more. I think it's probably still too warm to roll. We have to cut a piece of parchment here. Mary Berry says to cut out the parchment and then dust it with powdered sugar. Okay, we have to turn this onto here. So I'm going to, oh man, that's a little nerve-wracking. Okay. Woo, I did it. Okay, then you lift the tin off. Perfect. We're gonna peel this baking paper, parchment paper off. So it does feel cool enough, hopefully, to roll it. We've got our raspberry jam. Scoop this on here. Ooh, nice layer of jam. I'm gonna try to get this thin because we have to add the cream too, and I don't want it to be too much filling. This is therapeutic. This is soothing. I'm aiming for one good swoop. I think that's a good goal. Next, we're gonna spoon this cream on here. I want to add a decent amount because I want it to definitely have the creamy filling. But you can't add too much or else you won't be able to roll it. So, balance. It's all about balance. Oh. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Okay. Whoop. I'm just trying to even it out. All right, that looks pretty even to me. All right, I'm gonna turn this so that I'll be rolling it towards you because I'm going to roll it away from me. Now we have to score it, so we have to make a shallow cut into the cake. I'm actually cutting just right along the edge of where the jam and the cream are. Make sure it's a shallow cut, don't press too much. You're not trying to cut through the whole cake. Shallow cut, shallow cut. Ah. I'm kidding, I don't want to threaten you, that's weird. All right, moment of truth. So we're going to gently take this scored edge, fold it. Oh, it's already cracking, oh God. I think actually I'm supposed to do it this way because it says to pull it away from you. Moving it, pulling it, and pulling it. Well, I think maybe it wasn't cool enough. Well, okay. Well, I don't know if I did this right. Maybe I was just trying to roll it too tight. Maybe I should have tried to be looser with it. So I flipped it so that that seam side is down. Yeah, it definitely is breaking. So not perfect. Definitely cracking. Definitely breaking. I don't know if I didn't cook the sponge enough or if it was still too warm. It doesn't feel warm at all, but I don't know.
cut off this edge here. See what it looks like when I do that. It's just smushed. Definitely not the roll that I would have wanted it to be, but hopefully it's delicious. Let's taste it. Oh my God. You know what? It does not look pretty. It's definitely not 100% correct. I think maybe I needed to bake it a little bit longer. It's delicious, but it definitely needed to be baked longer and maybe cooled longer. And maybe I was a little too rough with the rolling, but it's delicious. So I call that a win. Our Swiss roll roulade smushy thing. It tastes amazing. I'm so excited for her to eat it. It doesn't look the way I wanted, but thank you so much for joining me again for Allison Bakes Your Day. I hope I baked your day, and we'll see what Lana thinks.
So, Allison has made me this amazing thing. I asked for chocolate, raspberry, and pistachio. I also can't eat gluten or dairy, so very hard to cook for. And she has brought me this wonderful thing. It did not turn out quite the way I know she wanted shape-wise, but it looks amazing. So I've got my tea, so we're gonna try it. So I know it's flawless chocolate cake and homemade raspberry jam and pistachio coconut cream. So. Oh my God. It's so good. I'm not acting. Allison is so good. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh. The chocolate is so chocolatey and moist and dense, which I love. I can taste the jam. It's delicious. And the pistachio cream really balances it out. Oh my God, it's so good. It's all my favorite things in one. Finally. Success. So good. I have to go get more.